Good afternoon. Welcome to a new stream, new live stream. And even though this is the first stream that I've ever done it's already the best Twitch on stream. Thanks for the resub, Hex Adventure. 20 months, nae breaks, nae time off for good behaviour. I will also take this opportunity to thank all the people who have forgotten to cancel their PayPal payments to me. Just to remind them to cancel their PayPal payments. Where is it? Only 9 months for Tiberius Riley. Beat it. Bandwagon jumper. Tiberius Riley, we don't need you. Get out. Did you see my Ko-Fi earnings there? Is that what you're talking about, Hex Adventure? Well, there's no, I don't really, I'm not really keeping any secrets, am I? Am I? Thanks to, how far did I get back? I've not been on for like 3 weeks. Thanks to, who's that? Who's Zeke? Z-E-K-E? Who's that? Never seen that name before. Thanks anyway. Zek or Zeki. Thanks also to Tweed Echidna, anonymous supporter. I do actually know who that is. Who was that? I think that was Amicus Riley. Amicus Riley, who sent me a Christmas message. I think he sent me a Christmas message on Christmas Day, if I remember right. It was Christmas Day. I got a message for Amicus Riley. Thanks very much for that. Beechcroft, LH, Pandaroo. Panda's definitely forgotten to cancel her PayPal payments. No seen her in ages. Good afternoon to Hex Adventure, Macy Justice, Wizkey, Papa Fromage, Rabbit Snap, Tribumat, Tiberius Riley, Elsa. Good afternoon, everybody. What you was talking about? Just saying hello to each other. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So, one of the New Year, it'll take me ages to tell you everything that's happened in the last 3 weeks. Just have to give you the edited highlights. I lost, New Year's Eve, I lost one of the, one of the pads on my glasses. Because they have a really stupid system where they actually flop off, like the silicon I'll show you, like the silicon comes off. So I lost one and I bought replacements and I put one on this morning, but it's actually really uncomfortable. It's like digging in, it's like too dry or something. I've dropped it. I don't know where that went. I'll be back in 3 weeks. It's like too sticky or something, the replacement, so it hurts your nose. Actually, that's pretty much all that happened in the last 3 weeks. I just lost a bit off my glasses. How was your Christmas and New Year? How you was getting on? Good afternoon, Mark Riley. I was a wee bit late coming on there because right back into the into the meaty chat that you love. I was a wee bit late streaming the day because yesterday I took Kira out the back garden to just let her do her business in the morning. I've got my new favourite picture of Kira. I was just taking her out to do her business. Good afternoon, good wee games. But I noticed when I was out the back garden, it was just out the back, no for a walk, just out the back garden, but I noticed when I was out there that the upstairs neighbour's boiler vent, I missed you as well, Hook's Adventure. I need to sit on this all this gold when I've not got anybody to share it with. The boiler vent upstairs was venting a lot of steam, but I knew that Saf was in the shower, but there was nothing coming out of my boiler vent, and I was like, why is nothing coming out of my boiler vent? And there's loads coming out of the neighbour's boiler vent, so I went, I better get that checked. So I booked a gas engineer to come out and look at my boiler. So he was in, which is why I was late streaming. But it was worth it. It was like 50 quid, but it was worth it. Because for the last 2 years since I've been in this flat, because when I first moved in, there was a fault with it. You're writing this down, there was a fault with the boiler. And I had to get people out to fix it. But the guys who came out, who were for SSE, which I believe is a reputable energy company, they were for SSE, and they looked at my boiler and they said, it's not been installed properly, the boiler, so the pipes are the wrong size, so your boiler is really inefficient. You need to get newer pipes put in. Well, you basically need to get a new boiler put in. So the last 2 years, I've been under the assumption that, under the idea that my boiler hasn't been properly installed. And I was being done for my energy bills were too high because it wasn't properly installed. But this guy's came in and he's looked at it and went, nah, you're fine. You're fine. Mostly the pipes are the right size, but it's just because of the type of boiler, because it's quite an old type of boiler that it has to convert to that type of, so it's actually fine. Everything's actually fine. So I wish I'd booked him earlier. Basically the last people who were here were just trying to sell me a boiler, because they were literally just going, you should probably get a new boiler. If it was me, I'd get a new boiler. But I don't need a new boiler. The boiler's actually fine. I mean, I think it's pushing about 10 years old, but everything's working fine. And he serviced it and stuff, and he says he's checked everything. They checked the efficiency of it, and they checked the carbon monoxide. I need to get a carbon monoxide detector to put in the cupboard that the boiler's in, just for safety. But other than that, everything's actually fine. So it was 50 quid well spent. I wish I'd booked him earlier. This was a gift for Astilius for my Christmas. Broken gas valve, says Tribumat. That's what was broken when I first moved in. I had to get a replacement gas valve. But it's fine, everything's fine. They literally always say the boiler's not being installed, right? I know they're chancers. The guy that was there this morning is like a guy, maybe, hard to say, but maybe about like mid to late 20s, and he just knew, like, I like workies like that, and engineers like that who are just like really nerdy about the subject, because he was just giving me loads and loads and loads of information about the boiler. The guy who fixes my washing machine's the same. Is for some reason the guy just loves washing machines and he goes on and on and on about them, and he isn't that deal. That's the type of workie you want. A nerd. A nerdy workie. Lime scale. Tiberius really has to get a boiler every 2 years because of lime scale. Is the lime scale coming off of you? Evening potato heat. Many thanks for the prime resub, Viva La Hazy. Happy New Year to you. To you as well. Good afternoon, Perps. Do you think in 2022 I should splash out and get some marketing done for the channel? Get some new names in here. I was actually going to spend some time this morning, getting a new graphics set up for the stream and stuff, but by the time I'll need to backtrack, but Saf's doing like an online course, like a social media course thing or something this morning, but when she went to use her laptop, it's the laptop that I got her for Christmas. It was a Lenovo IdeaPad, but she also, when she first started using it, she upgraded it to Windows 11. A lot of the computers are prompting you now to upgrade to Windows 11. So she upgraded to Windows 11, but she no actually attempted to use the webcam before until this morning, about 15 minutes before she was meant to go into this Zoom meeting thing. Good afternoon, LH. Windows 11 is balls. There does seem to be a few issues, but there always are, isn't there, when they move? I don't know. I mean, Windows 10's good. I suppose it's just money is the reason why they upgrade, but we couldn't get the webcam working anyway, so I was running about for about half an hour, 40 minutes trying to get this webcam, watching YouTube videos, going into the device manager, looking at the drivers. I was like that close to emailing, to messaging the guy that sold me the laptop and going, fucking webcam's not working, mate. What are you playing at? The webcam's not working. And then I was watching a video on YouTube, because it is an issue in Windows 11 that you just get a black screen on the webcam, and it can be various different causes. And I was watching a video on YouTube about black screens, but I noticed that in the video, when the person tried to connect to the webcam, it was given an image of like the camera, well, like this, you know, the circle with a score through it saying like no webcam, but that's not what I was getting. I was just getting like a fuzzy black screen. And then I went, oh, wait a minute. And I looked at the webcam, and just above the lens on the webcam, there's just a wee slider, just a wee privacy slider that was out of the lens. So it was like 40 minutes trying to fix a problem that didn't actually exist. Great job. Get some Lemmy raids. How long's Lemmy got left, do you think? It's not looking good. I don't think it's looking good. I mind I did that once. It reminds me of an embarrassing incident where I bought a charger. This is years and years and years ago. It was for an old Nokia phone, and I bought a charging cable for it. And it came like off eBay or something, like a seller off eBay, and it came and I couldn't get it plugged into my phone. And I was like, this is the wrong cable. And they messaged me back and went, I think it's the right cable. And I was like, it fucking isn't it? And I was like absolutely raging, and I was sending them messages and like reporting his account and stuff like that. And this is the right. And after about 2 days of fuming about it, I just kind of put a wee bit more pressure on the cable when I was plugging it into the phone, and it was the right cable. It actually was the right cable. Did I apologise to who, stupid? Who did I need to apologise? Oh, the eBay guy? No, fuck that. No. I gave him like... I paid my... Listen. I paid my like £3.60 or whatever it was for that cable. So it's my right. It's my right as a British citizen to abuse him for my £3.60. Apologise. Don't apologise on the internet. Papa Fromage says, truly, I've never watched Limmy's stream. Well, you better watch it soon because it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I think the clock is ticking. It's not looking good. Is Collie Twitch bot a bot? How can a bot spend bits? How does a bot spend bits? It's 2022, welcome to the best Twitch on stream. How do bots spend bits? He's no bad. I mean, I don't know really, Mark. Really, I don't really know. On a personal level, I don't really know what's happening, Mark Riley, but it's not looking good. I mean, I've got no real information or like evidence to go on or anything, but it definitely isn't. In my opinion, it's definitely not looking good. It's a bit selling bot, but it just gave me... Right. I still don't get it. It's a bit selling bot, but it gave me bits. Is that no, like, is that no money? I don't know. I don't really know. I'm being charged my annual subscription fee for Ko-Fi, which reminds me that I'm going to need to do some... it makes me feel a bit like a Dark Souls boss, this, being as big as this. I paying my Ko-Fi subscription fee reminds me that I'm going to need to do more podcasts. Good afternoon, Uppy. Why is it Uppy 17? Uppy, what's the 17? Good afternoon, Blank 80. I'm doing pretty good. When a can I move this so it isn't right in front of my face? Went to what's it called? Therapy yesterday. That was the first time in about 2 to 3 weeks. I think the same as the stream. The first time in about 2 to 3 weeks I've been to therapy, but I have decided for the time being not to go back, primarily for financial reasons, because it's quite expensive. If money wasn't the option, I probably would keep going like once a week rather. But once a week is 4 times a month, so it's quite expensive. So I'm gonna have to figure out other stuff before going. But I might pop back if I'm having some serious issues. Birthday. Mother's maiden name. Hold on, are the doxers writing this down? Mother's maiden name is Uppy. Birthday 17. Thanks for the prime resub, old Conrad. Exactly 1 year. You're now free to go. How much is therapy? It is £50 an hour. And if you're no good at maths, let me assist you. That means that if you go once a week, you're spending £200 a month. To have a chat. Just to have a good chat. I know, it's £2.5 a year. It's a chunk of change. Plus the travel as well. Plus it's in Glasgow, so you're travelling through to Glasgow every time to do it as well. You're probably talking about £3 a year. So it's definitely it has its benefits, but it's a tad on the expensive side. It's kind of a wee bit annoying because I mean I know it's the lassie's job and everything, but I know the lassie, so it does make me feel sometimes like, can we not just like, you know me, can we not just meet up and talk for free? Can we not just have free chats? Anyway, if things were as serious as when I started doing the therapy, I wouldn't be quitting the therapy, but they'll know, so. My friend's therapist wanted to be paid in cash. It seems like there's a load of different routes into becoming a therapist, because it seems like there's a huge variety. Because I didn't know anything about therapy really until I started going like 6 months ago. But there's a wide variety of different types. Has it helped, says Macy Justice? Aye, definitely, 100%. What I was saying when I was leaving yesterday, what I was... Our parting conversation was talking about how to reframe things. I think a lot of us find it difficult to, like, if you have a, like, let's say, for example, you go to a social gathering or something, and you decide, you've made your mind up about how you interpret like a social gathering, like maybe you don't like somebody, or maybe something doesn't go particularly well. You've assessed that purely based on your, like, not only like your point of view and interpretation of it, like it also has to all day with like what your habitual thought patterns are like you're more likely to interpret things in a certain way because you are you. So reframing things is quite difficult, and seeing things from different perspectives is quite difficult. So therapy for me has been up to now beneficial for reframing, for going in with these things that have happened to me and going, this happened and I think this, and then the therapist will go, well, that's no entirely the reality, because aye, it's helped. The short answer is aye, it's helped, Macy. I think everybody should try it, but it will cost you. Went to London for 4 days just before Christmas. Cheers for the Ko-Fi support, Potato Heat. No message, he didn't write a message. Papa Fromage says, I like London. What the fuck? What the fuck, mate? What are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Are you drunk? I like London. What? Are you alright? It has restaurants and aye. We went for it. Do you know the Oxo Tower? I'll show you the Oxo Tower. That's it there. Do you know it? This is what it looks like on the inside. Went to the Oxo Tower and we walked up like the South Bank. Pretty nice and nice. but we sat outside. There's a wee balcony bit just outside this glass area here, so we sat out in the balcony bit because it was absolutely fucking. It was rammed in the inside full of rich people. We had two. I mean, I'm not complaining about this. It was a nice time, but just to frame it for you, we had 2 cocktails, and I think it came to like 30 quid. I think like 2 drinks, 30 quid. I never paid for it. So I'm no moaning about it. Nice. It was nice. I'm just saying that's London. Couple of drinks, 30 quid. It was quite nice actually. I had what they called mojito, like mojitos, non-alcoholic mojito. It was really nice. It was nice. We stole the glass. The glass that Saf's cocktail came in it, we nicked it. I chucked it in my bag in the way out. So we went to London for 4 days, stayed in the area that Saf grew up in, which is like kind of close to Croydon kind of area. I won't tell you specifically where it is, obviously, because you're a bunch of psychopaths. I can't get that kind of information. And the house that she grew up in is about that size. Houses in London are about. They're just big enough to get your head into. So you can squeeze your head in and watch the telly in your house. And then if you want to go upstairs, you need to just put your head to bed like that. That's how big the houses are. There it is there. That glass there, I stole that. You can clip this and send it to the Oxo Tower. I stole their glass. I don't regret it. Come at me. I was there for 4 days and I had black snotters by then. So what's London doing to the people that live there 24/7 when I've been there for 4 days and I'm picking out black snotters out my nose? That's why the cocktails cost £30 to cover theft costs. Bullshit. Bullshit. You've shamed Scotland, Ryan. No, I've no. I stole it for us. I took it for us. The train system, like he's no London, then he's on London. When you go into like the subway and the train systems, you just beep your phone. Like you don't need to buy a ticket, you can just beep your phone. But it's a bit unnerving because you never know how much you're going to get charged until the end of the day. And if you forget a beep, you could accidentally forget to beep through a gate and it'll charge you like a bigger fee because it can't track exactly where your movements were. I get soot on my windowsill in Glasgow. Oh, you're right in the middle though, Stupot. You're right in town though, aren't you? So you've got all that traffic. There we go. That glass there, I stole that. You can clip this and send it to the Oxo. That's no me. I don't know who that is, but that's no me. This is a deep fake. That glass there. This clip's a deep fake. I've never said they words. You can clip this and send it to the Oxo. What else? Went to London, went to a party in Kent for a day, came back for London, and Saf's flat was flooded. Or still is flooded. It was a Christmas miracle. A wee guy in New York City tried to hop the ticket machines, but he was steaming, broke his neck, dead. Good afternoon, copy. Still waiting on insurance companies to get back to us. I don't know, like I've realised that I'd never actually made a home insurance claim before. This is exactly how I want to kick off the 2022 streams. I've never actually had a home insurance claim before, so I don't really know how it works, but I know that insurance companies are dicks. They're scum, basically, insurance companies, and regardless of how much money you want them to give you, they always want to give you less. But I don't know how they're going to do it, because the damage has been, whatever. Nobody's trying to scam the insurance company. Like, an accident has occurred and damage has been done, so the damage has to be repaired. But we just need to wait and see what they're going to say. They've had their assessors out and all that, and they can see that damage has been done, so we'll just need to wait and see. It's no cleaning companies, like the wall and the ceiling is damaged. Like, the waters came from upstairs, so it's like damaged walls and ceilings and bathroom tiles. So anyway, then came back from London, flooded flat, went to Persia for a few days, went to a spa, that was really good. Went to a spa and had afternoon tea in a fancy big hotel. Dunkeld, I believe it's called, Dunkeld. But they kind of arsed up the afternoon tea because it was meant to be a vegan and vegetarian afternoon tea, but they weren't prepared for it. It's the type of place that kind of American tourists go to for like a Scottish experience. A lot of stag's heads and stuff up on the wall. So if you wanted a fried reindeer, then they could knock that up for you in 10 minutes. But if you wanted a vegan sandwich, they're like, a what? A what? But it was still a good experience. They've actually offered, because we complained, and they've actually offered us another afternoon tea, so the next time we're in Persia we can go for afternoon tea again, and they'll probably balls it up again, I would imagine, because vegans aren't really their markets. I was looking at their Christmas package in the Dunkeld, whatever it's called, hotel. It was 3 nights over Christmas. So it's like your meals, accommodation. I'm pretty sure you would get to use the spa and stuff like that. Probably no drinks included or anything like that, but it was, for 3 nights, it was £900 per person, no per room, per person. I think, for what I've heard anyway, for other people, rabbits and that, you quite often have to have arguments and fights with insurance companies to get them to do things. If you had a fire though, I would have said you would probably need replacement carpets, no a clean. You would actually need things replaced to get rid of the smell and the damage. Kira. Kira's due a walk. What fillings make up a good vegan sandwich? What they gave us in Dunkeld was basically like small pieces of bread with like maybe a strip of cucumber and a strip of carrot in it. That was literally it. That's what they came up with. The waitress woman, all the staff were really, really nice. I got the impression that it was a really, it was a fancy restaurant. They were really nice. They were just kind of a bit inept. But she was saying that up until last year they had a Turkish chef, and if we'd come last year, like he would have done a tagine or something. He was brilliant at like making, but he left obviously. I'm guessing because of Brexit. Where's Bobby? I'll break the stream and I'll show you the pets. Kira. Bobby. Kira. Good afternoon, it's Big Ian time. 1:10, it's Big Ian time. No, I think Bobby's alright. I think he just rests a lot. He's been really on me the last couple of weeks. He's like he'll sleep by my side pretty much the whole night, which is quite unusual. Was buying a dehumidifier for an internal bathroom recently. Read some reviews about people using them to treat damp walls. Aye, my main present for Christmas this year from my mum and my sister was a dehumidifier, and it's been in Saf's flat for the last 2 weeks, drying out her bathroom. They do work. It's just what the room really needs is like an industrial one running all the time. But my one's pretty good. It has a laundry setting on it. They're expensive to run, the dehumidifiers, but it has a laundry setting on it, so you can actually dry your washing using a dehumidifier. Sometimes it's more cost effective than putting the heating on. Exactly what Amicus Riley said there. What is the plan for 2022? I don't know, Papa. Get busy, really. Get busy and try and make a wee bit of money. It looks like I'm going to be doing a wee bit more, I don't know really what to call it. I suppose it's like care work. But it looks like I'll have a wee bit of work caring for a wee guy with autism. Unless he decides to hate me, which is possible. I suppose that can just happen if you're caring for somebody, that they can just one day go, I hate you, don't come back, I hate you. Kira, it's okay, it's okay. Kira, look. Aye, that basically, there was a chance, I was weighing up the possibility of maybe renting my flat. There was somebody that Saf knows is looking for like a place for 6 months, but I don't know if my place would be big enough for them, and I'm still in two minds about whether I want to rent it. But I just try and stay busy, I suppose. Try and stay as busy as possible while trying to make a wee bit more money than I have been making. I think you could still stay in the flat, Amicus Riley. It is drying out. It was like, for the first few days it was really stinking, but since my dehumidifier's been in there, it seems to be staying on top of the damp. The leak's fixed and everything, so I think you could stay in it if you had to. This is along the South Bank in London. I went into the Tate Modern while I was in London to get gifts for my ma's birthday. Just to go into the gift shop, didn't really have any time to go through the actual museum itself, but it was unbelievable. The experience of trying to get into the Tate Modern gift shop was unreal, because anybody ever been in the Tate Modern? There's escalators that go up to like the second floor, and then you need to kind of go through and find stairs to go back down to the first floor. And they've got two gift shops. They've got one in one end of the building and another one right in the other end of the building. You can see it. You can see the other gift shop. But navigating the place is bananas. I would have liked to have spent time in the museum, in the Tate, but maybe next time. What are you saying, Amicus Riley? Are you south side of Glasgow? Is that what you're saying? By seeing me about. I mean, I'm there quite often anyway. I'll be there tomorrow again because I need to go into the trendy shops in the south side of Glasgow to try and get my mum a birthday present. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow. Oh, also like Christmas, we had a Christmas dinner planned, like a family Christmas dinner of like maybe 15, 16 people, but it fell through on Christmas Eve because my youngest 10-year-old niece got COVID just before it, so everybody was very disappointed about that. So we just had a smaller dinner at my parents' house. I've never tested positive for COVID, but I've had so many like periods of time where I'm feeling really shitty that I'm just I'm fairly convinced I have had it at some point. Borough Food Market. I didn't come across that copy. So that's pretty much everything that's happened. I mean, loads of other stuff has happened as well, but that's pretty much the edited highlights anyway. Very, very slow. Like, finding it difficult to like this morning was a good example. It was like all I had to do was get up, set up that computer, let the gas man in, and it feels like I've not had time to do it. So like doing these normal day-to-day things. Maybe you'll be able to answer this for me, but how do you find the time to do these day-to-day normal things and also do a full-time job as well? It's baffling. Where's the time? Self-neglect. Ah, see. Alright. Slaves? I suppose that's an option. You must have been slightly disappointed, Cuppy. You couldn't have been happy with just having to sit in the house for a week and a half, would you? Maybe you were. Maybe you were. I suppose, if you're working from home, Liam, then you can get some stuff done. No, but not everybody's into silence. I've noticed. They're definitely not into silence as much as I am, anyway. It's a massive generalisation, but I feel as if, like, across the different pockets of different, people that I know, there's a kind of franticness to people. I don't know if that's always been the case, but I feel some kind of vibration off of people, a franticness, a restlessness off of people. When did you acquire a son, Liam? Did you acquire it through biological means, or was it a financial transaction that gave you a son? 8 months. You must be knackered. Are you knackered? Made a woman pregnant. Hey! Hey! How did you do that? How do you make a woman pregnant? He's sleeping pretty well. It's just your luck, innit? It's just your luck, it seems, what type you get. Don't give him any energy drinks after like 4 PM. My youngest niece is 10 years old and she'll still like go into my sister's bed and stuff at night. They still don't get good night's sleep. 10 years old. That's 10 years that's been going on for. That blows my mind. So 2022 is starting very slowly, just very gradually. We managed to get out our beds just after 9 o'clock in the morning this morning, which I think is the first time in about a week. We were walking through Queen's Park a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and Saf slipped and twisted her ankle in the mud. Well, I think Mark Riley saying that his daughter just says that on finding out that giving birth is painful, his daughter will just get a baby for the orphanage as well. Orphanage is like an ethically sourced baby, isn't it? It's better for the environment getting one for the orphanage. It's like an what's it called? Upcycle. That's like upcycling a human. I'm just going to go as well, LH, because I didn't have any breakfast because there was too many things happening at once, so I need to go and eat and organise the rest of my day. Well, if you don't take the wains for the orphanage, they'll go off, you know what I mean? They'll go all mouldy and stuff if you don't use them. Got this bracelet thing. Saf got me this bracelet thing. What do you think that is? See if you can guess what that is. What material is that? Can you see it? Somebody will get it. What material are they bows? The bows, no the thread. Rabbit Snap gets it. It's made by, I don't think you're actually guessing properly, are you? You're not actually having serious guesses, are you? Why is not having serious guesses? It's made by it came in a wee envelope thing for UNICEF, and what it is like this bracelet is made by a woman in India, and it tells you a wee bit of her backstory, and the money that's made for selling the bracelet goes to the wee woman in India who's making them. But it's really good. It's really well made, and it's kind of a good satisfying weight and stuff. It's a really nice thing. I think that might be my favourite gift for Christmas, my bracelet. What did you get for Christmas? Anything good? I never thought of that actually, Amicus Riley. That's a good point. But you'd hurt your own knuckles as well though. If you did it like that. You'd break your fingers if you hit somebody with it. Cuppy got jumpers. Papa Fromage got nice cookbooks. Amicus Riley got nothing. Papa Fromage got what? Bought yourself a console? Malineth got COVID. Quite a lot of people got COVID, actually. I think that COVID was the big seller this Christmas. It was the must-have gift. I'm gonna need to get a new console in to play Elden Ring. At least my boiler's alright though. Because honestly, like, for the last 2 years since I've been in this flat, it's been in the back of my mind, $2,500. It doesn't matter how much money you've got. At some point in the near future, you're going to get stung for $2,500 for a new boiler. And this guy came this morning and he went, your boiler's fine. It's a big relief. So maybe I should buy a console now that I've kind of just saved $2,500, haven't I? I could get a car and a new console. It basically is just a cheque for £2,500. Well, I gave him 50 quid, so £2,450. Got a tax bill at the end of January. Oh. I've already done my tax return, but I'm doing that thing where I've not gave them the money yet. I want to hold on to the cash for as long as possible, so I'll pay my tax bill at like 10 to 12 on the 31st of January. I know Elden Ring works on the PS4 and the Xboxes, but it looks nice though. It looks like it would be extra nice on a new console. It was, just let me reinforce again that it was really good at Christmas and New Year. I had a really good time, so I don't want to be overly negative, but I'll just talk about London one more time and then I'll pop off. I think I forget which train, one of you will maybe know which train station it is that it's a runabout the Shard. I think it might be King's Cross, or I might be wrong. But there's a train station that's like basically right next to the Shard, so you come out and the Shard's like right there. And we were walking about before we started heading up the South Bank, and it was just really Southwark. Could be. It was just so. I mean, I know this isn't particularly. I watched some stuff on Netflix as well. It's been good. Has anybody seen The King on Netflix? That's dead good. It's got the young boy Dune in it. It's really good. It's about Henry V. It's really good. You should watch it. And also The Lost Daughter, which is alright, catch you later, Mark. I might not be on tomorrow because I need to run about for my ma's birthday and somehow meet up with my dad, so I might have to miss tomorrow, but it'll not be a long break before you see me again, and I'll try and spend some time rejigging the stream and stuff. Have a good one. It's no particularly, what was I talking about? Oh, Netflix stuff. The King, and I'm blown away because I've seen a couple of things that are quite good. The Silent Sea, the Korean sci-fi series, it's alright, but it's a wee bit padded out. I'm quite enjoying it, but it's a wee bit padded out. But The King is really good, and The Lost Daughter, which is a film that's written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and it's fucking really good. Like, really, really, really good. Anybody seen it? Anybody seen The Lost Daughter? It's got Olivia Colman in it. But it's very, very, it's a very layered film. I was impressed with it because it was all the acting ladies. A lot of really, really impressive female performances. Like, scenes, there's particular scenes. The best scenes in it are the scenes with like 3 women in it, and it's all There's just a lot of subtleties and a lot of undercurrents in it. It's very, very, very good, the film. Very good. Really different. Two really different films. The King's like a traditional kind of cinematic, impressive film, well written and everything, but The Lost Daughter was probably the best film that I've seen for the last year. London, go off the train station wherever the Shard is, but it's no... I am not saying anything new, but I haven't spent that much time in London before, so it feels like you just can't help the stark contrast between walking around, because around about the Shard, I think it's like a financial area, but also around about the Shard, there's like private housing, there's like private accommodation flats and stuff, and they're all like, a lot of it's like completely glass fronted flats. And there's just something about that opulence, literally right next to like homeless people. Just these, they must. I don't know how much they cost, these flats, but they must be like millions and millions of pounds for a flat. And it's just so stark. It just kind of, it really put me back in my heels, I think. Just how much wealth there is, but also people with fuck all. Thanks for watching. What's the point in spending millions on a flat if you can't rub it in the faces of the poorest people? I suppose so, aye. I suppose so. It's fucking weird, because there's people like sitting working away on their desktop or sitting watching telly. And you can see them, they're right there. And they pay millions for the privilege. Anyway, it's good to be back. I don't know what happened to the last hour and 10 minutes. So that's what I like about streaming. Sometimes it can just eat an hour. It was nice to chat to you again. Thanks very much for watching. For coming back. I've not made any solid plans yet for the year, but as I say, there'll be a wee bit of care work for me, and I do intend to do podcasts, do a wee bit of work on the stream. Obviously there'll be Consylvania at the end of every month. But things are pretty good. I hope things are pretty good with yous. Saf's sister's husband was talking about trying to do streaming, or has been doing streaming, but I was saying we could maybe give him a raid or something at some point, but I don't know what time of day that he streams, but we'll see. I'll ask him. I'm doing this thing called Saf's brother-in-law. Aye, that's a better way of putting it, aye. What does he stream? I don't really know. He's only done it a few times, Rabbit Snap, but he's no particularly confident at it. But I thought it'd be maybe nice if we could, because like 20, 30 views. It's no Dark Souls now. What was he playing? I've forgotten what he said he was playing. I've completely forgotten. You know what I'm like with games? I'm not really into games, so when people start talking about games, I kind of switch off. He does do kettlebells, aye. 32 kilobytes, kilobytes? 32 kilograms, that kettlebell is. 32 kilograms. Anyway, I'm gonna go, right? I've had enough of this, I'm away. I'm doing this thing, that's what I was going to say just before I go, this thing called Year Compass. You might want to Google it if you want. It's quite interesting, but it's taking ages to fill it out. It's a thing you fill out about the past year and the coming year. It's called Year Compass, have a look at it. Right, I'm away, I'm too hungry. I'm too hungry to think. Thanks again for watching, thanks very much for the subscriptions and the Ko-Fis. I will endeavour to plan some content over the coming weeks. Gear. That's on my face. You put that on my face? I'm away. Exercise and meditate. Put compass on my face.